All right, let's do this quest because I'm being completely honest. I'm very excited about this one because this is a continuation of our friends here, of him leaving. Labor.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe, and provided for, and loved. The Hideaway.
Of course.
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned. And they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
That's gonna be fun. Lines in the sand.
What's in a
You have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a...
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
Oh my god,
Why would
really?
he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
Coming. You need to evacuate.
I'm glad that Joshua's like making a comment. You know what actually sucks? It seems like that Jill is no longer going to be a part of these quests, which is, I guess, somewhat fine. She had a lot of help beforehand, but at the same time, it's like, ugh.
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but They wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Further! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Lubor is in need at this very moment.
Thanks,
Come
bud.
quickly.
Ruh-roh.
You have to believe me. The Akashic are coming. They don't eat. They don't sleep. They don't tire. And they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There will be no parley, no mercy granted. We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You who should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Just go on. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on, then.
Just go.
Lubor.
Wait. Someone's coming.
Stop! You're hurting him!
Oh, you cunts. You deserve to die. Fuck you all. Fuck you. You deserve to die.
What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty? Who spends all day every day making sure things run smoothly around here? And none of you ever say thank you, ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like he doesn't even exist!
Lubor, we have heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
Yeah.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Man, it's like I get none of the updates while stuff is happening, or even after. Well, maybe afterwards, but still.
Allow me to explain the situation. The aether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalimil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic Force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalimil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all?
The front
I'd
lines.
like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalimil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalimil.
For Dalimil. For all the country. For king and country. That's the proper saying.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting. Come on.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside?
I don't think these guys are a part of it, but fuck it. Yeah, I was right. Oh well.
We can't leave a single one alive.
Oh, god damn it.
Farewell.
my god. Ah, damn it. Oh, well, this will get rid of his stagger gauge a bit, so... Fall!
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
All the Akashic
Sometime
we were able
later.
to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubor, Sir Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have
Huzzah!
been defeated.
And now these two know that I'm not Lord
Fear the
Underhill.
arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it.
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
Nope, burn.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Would be nice.
You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat?
Do I get a special hat? You get a pin that says I'm a mayor.
How fickle fate can be.
I like Lubor. He grew on me.
Long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Lubor. About the children.
Fear not, you are of course relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalimil.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
No, I suppose not. That was nice. Ah, and there's the children. That was good. I see. I've heard a lot of people complain about the side quests in this game, and I can see that to an extent, but at the same time, it's like, these are good-ass side quests. Blair Kiss's signboard. The emblem of the Blair Kiss prior to the Dalimil of the Forge is almost as popular with traveling merchants as the trading post's famous healing baths, where the weary can soak away their salad sores on the way of Drake's Fane. Alrighty. And that is all of the quests here. Let's go wrap up the Elwyn one. Yeah, let's go wrap this one. Oh, that's what that thing was. That's a memorial for... Oh my gosh, okay.
Good girl. Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond.
Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there.
Ah.
Straight home now.
Yeah, because you remember when I was looking for the one flan, I saw this thing. I'm like, what the hell is this thing? Ah, it was a memorial for him. That's good. That's nice.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart. Never
That was
looked
loud.
back. Never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I mean, that's what we're doing, isn't it?
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Where there's a will. Rusted battle helm. Archduke Elwin's helm, worn during his victorious campaign to quell the northern uprising. War is coming, my boy. We must make ready. That was nice. Oh! Joining hands with Joshua. Joshua has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. I mean, I thought that was always the case. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, is there another quest over there? God damn, okay. Let's do all these first and then we'll pick those up. Sounds good. Oh, Quentin! We have some words for you.
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose.
Go on, propose.
You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's
not that. We will.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Okay, so that's the hideaway. Well, there's something I need to do here for a quest, and then there's also another quest over there. So let's do all that stuff. Oh yeah, there's a couple of quests I need to do in Waloed and all that stuff. Now this might
at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Who do you think?
Now that I think about it, like this might actually be 3 videos.
I'm nervous.
Hello.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
Ember?
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine curse breaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
Oh, that's not too far.
Ready, girl?
Faster!
Actually, I don't think we've been up here. Oh, we might have.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Thanks, girl. Or maybe not.
Or maybe not.
Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Too slow.
Damn it. Oh, it probably helps if I had the right icon on. Damn, it's too late on that. And you are dead.
Ember, are you?
Where'd he go?
Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
This was break breed. That actually reminds me. Did that, like, necklace that I got... Whew. That necklace I get, is that, is that, like, actually something I can equip? The Founder's Grasp. I think that's what it is. Fashioned after those pictured adoring the wrist of the mythical founder in ancient engravings, Archduke Elwin intended to gift those bands of his beloved sons upon their coming of age, that they might serve to remind them of the unbreakable bonds they share as proud scions of the Dutch line, and the unwavering devotion that would be required to see their duty done. I mean, it's great. I mean, it gives me more hearts, but it doesn't... But defense... And it's only 18 more, so it's not as good as, you know, you'd think it would be, so. But then again, it's better than it's not better than my Ouroboros, so. I don't think it's that bad. It's not that bad of an accessory. Hello.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, his heir. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best.
I mean...
Now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
I mean...
This won't be an easy decision.
That is quite... an interesting take. All right, let's earn us the Veil signboard, most likely.
Saw the captain just now. Your town needs you.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
Of course.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him by all possible means.
I mean, I somewhat agree that it seems a bit...
No.
drastic.
My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
Yeah, no problem. We'll do that.
Just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
That sounds lewd.
Your town needs you. Saw the captain just now.
What does the dame have to say about all this? So you are content to abandon the... Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach.
Oh,
Thank
boy.
you so much for your help.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh.
Yes,
she
hello.
did,
I'm here to
did
help.
she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
Right. Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
Lovely. Okay, this is not too far, so...
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
Jojo! Ba-da-da-bum-bum. Oh, I expected another wave.
Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive, it's me. Are you all right?
I am. But it seems the reports were true. The thralls have returned. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
Well, that's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? They all came from the north last time. We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other, but from both?
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though, just to be sure. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the townspeople. Stirring up ill feeling towards her father. She'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dame was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you.
One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming blue murder.
Oh, joy.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. But now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore. You may have filled my
How
daughter's
dare you
head
call
with
her a
heresy,
whore?
But I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla.
Oh.
Yes, I know who you are.
Oh.
The slut of Twinside who bedded a Brandit.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Grieger.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell.
Because she's a leader.
The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still won for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
All right, but take care.
Thank you, both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
Slay thy enemies.
There are so many of them.
Not for long.
Shiva! You're finished. Farewell.
Is it over? No. It's only just begun.
Ow. Ow, fuck. Ow, god damn it. Woo!
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, It seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again. As did you, Sabine. His radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that. And I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt.
Yeah.
My anger.
You all kind of suck.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, your ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right.
She knows her place.
If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, milady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
'Cause we're all in this together.
Well
Once
said,
we know that you are, we are stars.
Let
And we'll
this be
see
a
that
new
we're
beginning.
all in
Not
this
only for
together.
Sanbreque, but for us.
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
Can we get you anything?
A room in the Vale would be nice.
Just a little further.
This the last one?
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done for this town, it is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the crystalline dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the veil that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief. Shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter. All united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
I said before, and I'm going to say it again. These side quests are wonderful. Hey, I got Orichalcum. Are wonderful for giving us backstories and everything for the characters. Like, we just got one for the Dame here. The Emblem of the Vale, Northreach's far-famed home of ill repute. The town is the gateway to the Imperial capital of Oriflamme, where waves of old money and new lap against the opposite sides of the Great Wall. Did I need one more Orichalcum, or was this the last Orichalcum that I needed? I mean, like, was there... Alright, let's see here. There's definitely more quests over there, and I know there's a couple of quests over here. Let's go tackle the ones that are currently, like, on our thing here. So let's do this one. Where was I going with this? Yeah, the Orichalcum. Do I have all my necessary Orichalcum, or am I missing just one more? I might just be missing one. We'll see.
Thanks, girl.
Alright, let's see what's in this.
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in?
In the wake of the tragic fire of Sernoverd in 873V and the subsequent deployment of our most highly protected intelligence, all mainland strongholds were instructed to redouble training clandestine maneuvers, improvised weaponry, and assassination techniques, and dispatch promising volunteers to Stornhair for inspection. The report details progress made by the stronghold of Garnick in reinvigorating Warlud's ranks of essential intelligence.
This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks?
A complete botany of Banes.
His interests were certainly varied.
From a distance, the fall of the bears. The emergence of the first magic adepts was widely heralded as a gift from the gods. Indeed, the title with which those of the gifts came to be commonly known is most likely a contradiction of bearer of the heavenly blessing. The wording used by the tribunes of the time. Those born with the blessings were lauded as living crystals and granted high office and plentiful reward for their status as chosen ones. Over the years, this revenants of their kind would become a full-fledged religion led by the bearers themselves, a development that would prove fateful. Oh my lord, this is long. The diverse nations of the time were unanimous of their disapproval of the founding of the church, while the authorities had for years welcomed bearers into positions of power in their own structures of state. They were mistrusting of an organization led by bearers for bearers. Effective efforts were immediately made to chasten the church and its followers, banning members from holding office, evicting adherents from their homes, and breaking up meetings by force. The church responded by forming a volunteer army to resist this persecution, and yet continued creating a cycle of ever-increasing bloodshed and rancor and a growing rift between those born with the blessings and those without. What began with beatings and street clashes would eventually spill over into an all-out war that consumed the greater part of the twins for nigh a generation and decimated the population of men and bears both. The deluge of blood that stained the land crimson and left an even more lasting mark upon the minds of the Valisthean people. After the bears' last resistance was crushed, the nations of Valisthea came together to sign the Continental Accord that initiated the system of slavery that persists across the realm to this day. His well-known phrase, "bears are other than human," has its roots in the bitter war of the years before, betting the unblemished only excuses for their calamitous refusal to allow the blessed to descend their own destinies.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
The Moogle. They're preventing me from fast traveling. Smart. Because I'm going to come across those guys.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Let's see, shall we?
Oh my god, that guy is getting destroyed behind him. And that's all of them. I'm actually quite curious what level I'm going to be at before I go face the enemy. I probably will only be at 47, so I won't be that high up.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book, for now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait! Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
All right, well, we have this other we have a quest over here and a quest over there, so let's go do that one.
I can walk from here. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Oh, yep, let's hope.
It's locked. I should look around some more before I start breaking down doors.
Ah, hello. Writ of incorporation. The Kingdom of Alud hereby incorporates as institution where and juvenile bears are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves in service to the state of soldiers. Trainees succumb to the crystal's curse or otherwise perishing as to be disposed of with all haste. The graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed. Bears disposed within the boundaries punishable by death.
Disposed of.
Okay, so I have another quest here later on. Okay. Conditioning schedule. Today's exercise will consist of the press yard, 20 sandbags for such duration as instructor shall dictate. The furnace burn intensely to be gradually increased. Live combat on 1 to 3 hellhounds depending on performance.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that.
I have recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. I had not so much as thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe. But inquiries with the military confirmed it. It was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood, and now I see her everywhere. Today, one of the children smiled at me in the hopes of receiving a few scraps from my table. It was her smile, the smile she inherited from her mother, the mother I killed for giving birth to a bear. Their ghosts have all come back to haunt me. My daughters, my wife, all of them. All these children. So may have died at my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer. And so I have decided tomorrow I too must die. It will be the last order I give those poor wretches. The last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb and inter my accursed corpse beneath the white tree whose crooked hands reach to the sky in supplication. And beside me, my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, all those I have wronged.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
I mean, I'll be honest. Why did you not want to break down that door? Because it's like, who cares, first of all. But secondly, like, this place has an aether flood, so, yeah. I mean, I guess it could all be like, oh, it could all come back to normal someday or something, but like...
A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Branded Conservatory, Registry of Buried Losses. Hans, Alfred, Franz, Polania, Emancipation, Succumbed to Conditioning, Lithification, Bruno, Jonna, for attempted flight.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery?
Oh.
It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. Nice try. Too slow. Nice try. I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Over to this place fast.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry. no
Oh.
guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
And I remember when I saw this when I first came here, I was like, oh, I kind of want to check it out. But I'm like, nah, I shouldn't.
Just how bad are the floods is the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. I'll keep my eyes open for signs of life. Stay down! It's over!
The Kingdom of Walloon hereby designs a facility, a prison for the determinant of bearers, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of the facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention therefore is to be punishable by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the pursual of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bearers in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
And what do we have here? The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. Exercise conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven capable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy forces, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum beneficial for minimal loss of Walloon lives.
Minimal loss of Walloon lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Yeah, this is fucked. This is extremely fucked. Like, the Imperials were like, oh, that's so bad, but this is fucked on a whole new level. Recent supply shortages left us with insignificant resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers assigned to fight Poseidon in a mock battle conducted as part of its train. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visibly contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bears may even be a preferable source of sustenance. While its behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bears no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required. Fucking hell.
Bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
Jesus Christ.
Caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Like, holy fuck. These Wallooners make the fucking capital look like fucking Mary Mother Teresa.
No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents, and it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, isn't it? This is going to be fun. Time to fight the Kuze, or whatever that thing's called.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Used one jailer's key. Found amber, which is great, because I can sell that.
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Hey.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Jadwick send you?
What?
Hmm?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he?
Do you see
Otherwise.
brands on us?
Was that?
Monster's back! Jadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
It's out there.
It's a
for me.
fucking
I can't
behemoth.
let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
This is gonna be great. Well, the good news is it shouldn't be as rough as the, See, I knew there was gonna be a behemoth tied to a quest. I mean, I'm sure it's also gonna be tied to a, like a, you know, I meant like a oh, hey! Kuza beast. See, it's tied to this too. So, that's what I meant.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen. Slow.
I always forget about the backswing. Ow. Damn it!
Well done,
Ow. Ow. Okay. Down you fucking go. Level up.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
Oh, hey, what's that?
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on.
Fool.
We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
I was wondering if this is going to take me straight back to the hideaway or not. It probably is. Because it feels like it is. If so, that's fine. I mean, I think there's one more quest here, but nah. It's not that big of a deal. Sometime later.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course.
Let me
You've
know.
already met my former
Tell me the
master.
story.
She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the curse breakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Whoa, that was weird.
Thank you, Doris.
I think that's just like a...
We'll be counting on you.
Like a shadow or a cloud going over the sky. Damn, Doris. Nobody's tool. So before, I'm always going to keep saying it. All these quests are just to help me understand all of these characters. And oh my god, and there's another quest over there.